Here we go.
We are back.
I know every episode.
Every episode we say
every episode we do, we're like, we're back because it's been 4 or 5 weeks, but
busy time, a lot going on.
A lot going on, man. Yeah. A lot of moving parts here. A lot of business being done. A lot of clients being taken care of, and but always
a lot of sponsorships.
A lot of sponsorships going on. Speaking of sponsorships, today we've got Alpha Pro Floor Care and Machine Repair. Greg LeMay out there, great community guy. You know, he's got his hands into a couple different things. Not just business-wise, but taking care of the community, the homeless, raising money and donations for meals for the homeless, among other things. But Alpha Pro Floor Care and Machine Repair seems like business-wise, it's his passion.
And a friend of AW4U as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And listen, you can't tell me there's nobody out there who doesn't have a floor, right? AW4U, we always say there's no ceiling, but there's definitely a floor. So I mean, I got tons of floors at home. I got 2 floors. Come on. Plus the basement. So listen, if you need anything done as far as your floors are concerned, residential, this guy's doing Chicharo, he's doing driveways, he's doing garages, commercial buildings, bars, restaurants. If it has a floor, just let him in the door. Wow. That's not bad, eh?
I can tell you we're sure where you're going with that. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
It worked out. So,
well played.
Greg, thank you very much. Again, the theme continues. Salt of the earth guy, good person. Our vibe really attracts our tribe out there, eh? Because the people that we're attracting, whether business-wise or even sponsorship-wise, stuff like that, it just aligns with our core values always, and that's fun to do. Alpha Pro Floor Care and Machine Repair, and Machine Repair, and Machine Repair. Greg LeMay, appreciate the sponsorship. Awesome.
Fantastic. So why don't we jump right into a quick market update?
Well, I think we should jump into that intro. That intro's
I knew it. I thought we were going to get
unreal intro right there.
It's a good intro. Are we coming up to the time where we need a new intro though?
Spring.
It's okay.
Spring. You've heard it here first. Spring, there will be a new intro. Unimaginable that it could be better than this one, but I think the E-Train's up for the challenge. I know me and you are. So springtime, once that weather clears up, we'll be doing that intro.
Can I get into the market update now?
Absolutely.
All right. So one of the big topics, not just in Windsor, not just in Canada, but around the world, is inflation. How is that impacting the market? Well, basically, it's making the cost of everything more expensive. That does not exclude real estate, of course. I think the main reason for that is because replacement costs are just jumping so quickly. So I keep telling investors that if you can get yourself a single-family home as a rental, you're basically buying it below replacement costs. I think it's a great investment opportunity right now. I don't think you could buy a piece of land, service it, get building permits, and build it for under $400K. Mm-hmm. And right now, Windsor has a lot of opportunities in that price range. So a lot of opportunities still out there. I think a lot of people think that because the market's up so much, the ship has sailed, but I tend to disagree with that. And then in terms of just what's going on in the market, I mean, we're still active. Do you see any slowdowns at all? Do you see, we're coming into winter, of course, but.
Speaking on that investment side really quick, I always tell our investors, try and live in that 450ville, I call it, because those properties will always rent for good money, make money. And our biggest problem on the investor side, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the prices are rising so steadily, but the rent rates aren't matching the rise of the
it's a little bit slower of a pace for rent rising.
It is going up.
But it was 25% year over year last year to this year, so it's keeping pace, but prices are rising 30%. So there's still great opportunities for cash flow and whatnot. And then in terms of competitiveness, I've had a couple listings in the past couple weeks where it was 40 plus showings. Yeah. Kind of in that sweet spot for price range of $400K and under. So that shows you how competitive it still is out there. Means we got a long ways to go. Yeah. A lot of buyers still need to get into the market. So quick market update for you. And now time for an AW4U update.
Sure, absolutely. So a little AW4U update. We just hit 250 people that we've helped this year and have closed on their properties. So a great moment for us here. That's over $100 million in real estate that we've closed so far this year. Again, not saying this to brag, it's just unbelievable to be able to help this many people and be able to help them very, very well. I mean, and we're hiring on the back end to facilitate that, to make sure that that part's all dialed in. On the operations side, we've hired somebody for yourself, being Dan Marar, which has been able for you guys have has allowed you guys to kind of put your whole investment division onto steroids there. So we're just grateful and blessed.
Yeah,
to be able
250 transactions. That's a lot of transactions that we've been part of. We see a lot of different angles of the market. We see how competitive things are. We know how to deal with challenging situations because we're in them all the time.
Yep.
So it allows us to be in tune with the market and help our clients to another level. And that's one of the main reasons we brought Dan on to the investor division, is to up the level of service, right? You can only do so much as one or two people. The more people, the more service.
Yeah, being around that many deals, I mean, this office probably writes well over 1,000 offers. Keep in mind,
I think I wrote 1,000 myself.
we lose a lot of offers, and we're definitely okay with that. But there's always every transaction, every family, every client they're all different, right? And just being in those situations, can't really throw a situation by me that I can't sit down, analyze, and really figure out a strategy to handle it. When to say yes, when to say no, when to not take the offers, when to take the offers. And my advice will always be really steadfast, and I will have an opinion on it, and then the rest is of course up to the client. So a lot of deals, a lot of people that were being able to help. Never did I think we'd be able to do this, and I feel like we're just getting started here. So it's pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Staying on that AWFU train.
That's not
a little swag here. So we always love to up our swag game. We stay on that champion line. Love the champion crew necks. Little AWFU crew neck here. Little stitched here.
Don't forget the Nike.
Don't forget that Nike. Got that Nike stitched right here. Carhartt toques over here. Champion hoodies, and then of course our newest shirt that we just dropped, kind of on that NASA line, AWFU and the NASA logo, then AWFU to the moon on the back. Between that, Spitz tickets, we just did a full-blown Christmas photo shoot for our database. This is the type of stuff that really interests you. Come and be a part of our database. I mean, we love to serve our database, and that's really where our attention and our focus is on. And it's been super enjoyable to get to that, from the newsletters that we're mailing out to the e-newsletters, and again the Spitz collaboration and the swag and everything else that our creative minds can come up with. It's been enjoyable.
Yeah, I saw the swag's been a big hit. I stopped by a client's house randomly on the weekend, and they were wearing the sweater. So it's quality stuff. It's not like it's cheap swag.
That's always been my angle with it. Is you know what, if you give them the quality stuff, and we're not, trust me, these are not for sale. They're strictly given to our clients, friends, family, and people that we just enjoy in general. So if this type of stuff interests you, hit us up. Let us know.
Yep, get in the database. Get in the family.
Get in the database. Come to the family. Come to the nest. We love to take care of people. It's kind of our thing. All right. So talked about the Spitz. Talked about the database, the photo shoot, of course. More stuff to come to that database. Talked about our transactions, which is great. I want to hit a little bit of the residential market update here. So we're hitting a point from the residential side and the listing side where we'll actually start to try and push people to the new year to list, because it's in their best interest to start to wait for that. The season gets busy. I'd be shocked again this year if I list a house past December 16th, I'll call it. December 14th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th. It's kind of pushing it for me there anyways. We'll try and push that to that January mark. Mid-January, I promise you guys, that's when our spring market starts. That's when you're going to see another shift into the market. It's happened the past 5 years. I don't see why this wouldn't be the 6th.
I would anticipate the same thing, right? It's going to be a busy holiday season. People are back out there shopping. People aren't focused on real estate. We see those shifts basically every year. And come January, I agree. I think it's going to be another skyrocketing time of the year. And like you said, that's our spring market has now been moved up to January, February.
For my sellers out there that are watching, January to May, in my opinion, is your best time to list. January, there's just more offers on properties and less properties that kind of come to market. And then as we go on through the season, that only rises. So again, it's that left axis, right axis, left axis being the month, bottom axis being left axis being units, bottom being month. January to May, it goes like this.
Yeah, I think our biggest price jumps were in those first few months of the year last
100%.
year. And then prices continued to rise, but at a slower pace because there's more houses on the market.
Yeah.
So January, February, March, there's just no supply.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we see that again this year. I would bet that we do.
Yeah.
But we'll be in tune with the market enough to know at the time as well.
And again, if you're listing at this point and you can wait till January, I mean, we've still got a couple weeks here where it should be okay. 7 to 10 days for sure. But if you can wait till mid-January, wait if you can.
Yeah, I think it might be in your best financial interest.
Absolutely. Okay, Alpha Pro Floor Care and Machine Repair. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Scotty, always a pleasure.
Yeah,
and nice
glad
to be back. Next week, we actually got a guest. We got Joe Bondi. That'll be joining us from the Super Mortgage team there. So always a good time to sit down with him. We'll have some questions for him. I was in a situation this past couple weeks where I had a seller who didn't have a mortgage and the closing dates didn't line up. We're going to get some advice from Joe to see how to handle that if you're in that position too.
Yeah, and we've done, like you said, 250 transactions this year, and I still learn from Joe all the time. I learned something new on the mortgage side and the financing side that I didn't know, so you'll probably get some good information that you weren't aware of before. He's one of the best in the business, if not the.
And as always, if you need anything, feel free to reach out to any one of us. We love to serve and always look forward to hearing from you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Boom.
All right.
Oh, we forgot the part about Eric's workout.
Oh, fuck.
Redo the whole thing.
Wasn't that good?
Money.
Yeah. That little 20-minute prep is really good too. So easy. Seriously. You're so good, you know?